Hey, what up, everybody? Duck here. Welcome to the stream. Bitcoin up on the chart. All right, let's get going. So, what we're looking at here, what we're looking at here is this big range we've been in, okay? And the range, I will highlight this even further. Do you want it to be, let's make it really thick and we'll make it dashed even, so you could just see this big range, okay? So the dashed is the range low, okay? The dashed is the range high up top, all right? The yellow dashed line is the range midpoint, okay? So we've just been chopping in this massive range, okay? So up top, when we rejected, we had that really clear bearish divergence up at the top of the range. And we even said, on this candle, we shorted this. We said it was going to sell off. If it stayed below 41, that that if it got below 39.5, we would sell off. If it got above 41, the range high, then we would go up, right? And we obviously got below the 39.5, we sold off. So now, looking at this range midpoint, that really gave us some hell, because you could see, when we approached it, we immediately fell below it, and then we slightly got above it, but never really closed above it at all. You see that? All we did was wick, and really that range midpoint held as resistance. We were never able to muster enough bids to get back above that midpoint. So you had that rejection there. It basically chopped you between the downsloping trend line. It was like a broadening wedge that fell, right? So descending broadening wedge, I believe is what that is. And then, we talked about that as well. We were like, look, if we can't get back above this and we fall back below this, right, that we would test the bottom. And sure as shit, went right to the bottom. Okay, so man, we knew these areas were possible, right? We talked about this being the cipher and the shark, right? So first we were talking about the cipher, X, A, B, C. The cipher is a 1414 on the D, okay? So 1414, and then it would be a 786, okay? So 786 would have placed you here, okay? So that would have been the cipher, okay? But what we did up here on the C high, and we kept looking at that. Remember, we were like, well, it might not be a cipher anymore, because we got all this price action above it, right? So we said it's almost more of a shark. So shark has a 1618 on the D, and if you come up here to the 1618, I mean, yeah, it definitely has the characteristics of a shark. And if this was a shark, then we would not be looking 786, okay? 786 is cipher. We'd be looking 886, okay? 886, 886, 886. Well, let's zoom in. And yeah, what the frick, right? 886, let's zoom that in just a hair back. 886, I can't even get it. 885. 885, it's gonna have to work. Okay, so man, all right, so this shark now is what we're dealing with, okay? So crazy development in price action, but yeah, that's a shark. So the thing about a shark is there's two sharks, okay? The shark has a D that can stop at the 886, which is the more bullish type of reversal, okay? Then there's the shark that continues all the way down to the 113 right here. It would be slightly higher. It would not stop this out, but dang, would it be close. It's basically 30,080, okay? If you get this type of shark, this is the bearish one, okay? This is the one that's going to reverse 50% of the way back, which is probably that dang heart line, okay? And when it gets there, it's then going to sell off and morph into a bearish 5-0, okay? So if that's a 50%, you would fib from the C high to the D low, and yeah, look at that, 50, okay? So basically, even if this is in its most bearish form, it's saying go down to 30, back to 35, and then you go to like, you end up probably at freaking 20 if you break 30, okay? So we don't want that, right? We don't want that type of shark. We want the type of, sorry, let me do it this way. We want the type of shark that stayed up here, the 886 type of shark, okay? This shark, the 886 shark, okay, can actually be a complete bullish reversal all the way up, okay? So we need it to stay here. We do not want the 113 shark, okay? We need this 886 shark. Okay? So if this is the 886 bullish type shark, two things would confirm this. One, it would stay at the 886, all right? Duh. It would not go to the 113, right? That's confirmation number one. Hold the 886, right? Hold the 886. Confirmation number two would be instead of rejecting at the heart line, right? Like we just said, the more bearish type of shark, this would actually break and breach and flip the heart line into support and continue on. So this is confirmation number two that we have the bullish type of shark, okay? That's going to take us outside of the range high. And ultimately, we need a break up here. We need a break above all of these harmonic highs and that range high at basically 41, like we said before, right? If we break 41, we long. I mean, at this point, you could long as well, but man, this dang heart line just couldn't hold, right? It just rejected it, rejected. And we did talk about this. We said, look, what would happen there? 9%. There it is, right? There's that 9%. There's that 886. There's that that upsloping trend line, right? This, if we look at this on the upsloping trend line, right? I'm gonna take this opportunity to turn that white. Okay, so yeah, this upsloping trend line, we got that back test, right, as support. So you don't want to lose all this, okay? You if all this stuff gets lost, I mean, yeah, that's sad. It's gonna be like 20K. See you at 20K. I mean, because yeah, at that point, here's what that means. On the daily, these bastards think they have this textbook head and shoulders, okay? And they're basically saying, congratulations, you are here, okay? That's what everyone's saying right now on Twitter. For sure. They're saying you got a neckline and you are right here, mofo. okay? And everybody's basically saying you're going to break out and just nuke, right? That we got a head and shoulders measured move, okay? And if they were right, we would break out of this, back test it as resistance, and dump. Well, where is this resistance line? It's right here, okay? This is it, okay? So if you lose this, back test it, and start selling off, that was exactly what you just completed right there. Does that make sense? That is this, all right? So, but this entire structure of range is this, okay? That is this. So you're just seeing it zoomed in, all right? Anyways, what we want to have happen is them get screwed, and it does this, right? Invalidates that entire structure. And we've seen ETH do this time and time again, where it paints a classic head and shoulders and just wrecks it to the upside, okay? Completely invalidates it. So how do we invalidate it? We just said we first need to get up above this heart line, okay? And then we need to get above the range high, okay? So this range high right here, that is now breaking this right shoulder, okay? You'd be up here back testing this, okay? This would be this back test. Does that make sense? Okay, so we want the 886 to hold, step 1. Step 2, get above the heart line, okay? But again, guys, look, if we lose this seriously and you back test this as resistance, that's your short, okay? That would be your short here. So just know where you are on the grand scheme of things, okay? So we need to get back into this. For start, let's just get back above this, okay? Let's get back above this downsloping trend line for start, all right? There's a square up right here. That's basically coincides with this neckline. That's step, that's next. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So let's see if we can do it. We need bids, though. We definitely need some bids, all right? Okay, so you got the perfect 886, all right? Let's zoom in on that again real quick before we leave this screen for TA respect. Okay, so if we fib, let me I'll delete this real quick so you could see it. We're gonna fib from the D low, or from the previous swing low to swing high, okay? And look, see this pink 886, boom, okay? So you got that 886. The cipher was right here. It was the 786. And because it wasn't a cipher, it failed and backtested 786 as resistance and pushed itself down to the next critical fib level, the 886. But I mean, when you're up here at this short, right? The target area of your short was the golden retrace zone, okay, which was the price action we got on the downsloping trend line. That was golden zone. And 786, 886 is deep retrace, okay? So you got the golden zone and you got the deep retrace, okay? That's how this shook up, okay? So now if this held, do it the other way, okay? Do it the other way. So now you're going to fib from high to low, and your first target area is going to be the golden zone, all right? Well, that golden zone is our heart line, okay? That's that square up, and that's the heart line that we need to flip above, okay? And if we can, our next target is the deep retrace. Well, look at that deep retrace. That's exactly where we have a square up level. That's our previous high from this previous harmonic. C is that 786. Okay, so that's kind of how we would target the initial upside reaction. Okay, but first step first, hold. All right, let's move along to Russian Ethereum. Freaking Russian Ethereum, man. So we should have freaking known, because Man, well, look, it's up to Bitcoin though. If Bitcoin says it was time, it was time. All right, but it wasn't time, and it brought Russian Ethereum down. So remember, we were right here, and we had this 726 retracement, and we talked about this. We said, man, what's crazy is you got so close to this 786, but you didn't quite get it. It was sitting right below you, and we started to rally up, and you had a nice little rally. I mean, that initial reaction was 12%, but it just wasn't it, right? You hit this previous resistance area, and you just, whoops, and you just failed there, right? You failed. You sold off one more time, right into this long zone, perfectly. Whoops, sorry. Right into this long zone, and you actually hit now the, where are you at? 786. So now you have the textbook Gartley, like literally textbook Gartley, okay? So this previous, you see this, why this is resistance, support gone bad, okay? What was once support, right? It's almost like that, you could almost do it like this. It was like strike one, strike two, and when you got to that strike three, you failed, back tested it as resistance, and then you sold right off. Okay? So now, that being said, next order of business, you're probably going to do some BS little double bottom here. Okay? But actually, you might do that larger. You're going to find yourself at that resistance, and then you probably sell off again. Paint the higher low, go back to it. This second time you break above it, okay, back test it, and then make your way up to this down sloping trend line, which on ETH, remember this bastard, it never broke it. Remember, Bitcoin was above it, even Litecoin temporarily broke it. ETH never broke it. So really, you have one up here. Here's this two. So when this makes three and you get back above this, that's going to be really good confirmation if that holds, and then price starts to rally up above, especially breaks its current little resistance, and you start to rally up. That's going to be really good sign. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, with ETH 786, Gartley, yeah, we talked about if Bitcoin sold off, you were going to see a 9% drop on Bitcoin, and you were going to see almost a 20% drop across the alts. Yeah, well, I mean, there's your 20% drop across the alts, right? So, yeah. All right, let's move along. Okay, all right. Here's some reasons we think. We're trying to paint this whole picture here, right? The reason we think that Bitcoin may hold here is because, for one, you got this 886 and you're at the 114. See how you're at the 114 also? 114 and 886 at the same place. So there's one. Step two, ETH, you got this, you got this textbook Gartley on ETH, okay? And it's like your, we had this, depends where this falls here, but it's probably more like this even. Yeah, it really probably is. Okay, so you got this kind of dragon-esque pattern here where you're definitely painting this like two-footed monster, right? So interesting price action. All right, you don't want to lose 1700. Okay, you don't want to lose 1700. If we lose 1700, yeah, you're gonna get much lower prices if you lose 1700. Okay, so we don't want to get nowhere near that. 2K. I mean, we're talking about ETH to 2K. But fuck, if we got it, what did we say? If we ever get ETH to 2K, load up. And now look where we are. We're even just a little below it, 1935, and everybody's scared like a bunch of little bitches. And I'm not talking about you guys. You guys are actually holding up really well overall. Oh shit. Cowboy's birthday. Oh, I thought you were saying today was. Either way, happy birthday. So as much as like everyone's freaking out right now. Everybody's all sad. It's Bitcoin's over, crypto's over, all this bullshit, and it's like, bro, we got exactly what we want. It's like Christmas fucking morning. Yeah, hopefully you haven't been over positioned and you have some more dry capital to throw at this, but even still, even with this being Christmas morning, you still got to be easy on it. I just loaded up I just loaded up on ETH, ETHE is the ticker. ETHE, ETHE, Grayscale Ethereum Trust. Okay, this is how you load up over the counter market. Okay, so this is at 1857. Okay, so yeah, loaded up on this ETH Grayscale because it allows you to get also exposure to Ethereum on the traditional market. Okay, so anyways, basically got the buy. All right, we got the 2K. We're at 1930. We got the 2K buy zone right in the gray box, and everybody's scared, right? So I don't know what to say. Okay, don't over position, right? If you weren't over positioned, you could take advantage of this still, or maybe you'd be a little bit underwater, but you wouldn't be dead, right? DED dead. Like just trade like ETH, what I just showed you, Grayscale, ETHE ticker. That's just spot exposure. Okay? So that like don't like do spot exposure a lot, guys. So like it doesn't always have to be max leverage, balls to the wall. Like you give yourself no room to breathe. No room to breathe. So like you have to like at least be able to unbutton one button off the collar, not so tight. Loosen the tie, loosen the noose. All right, moving along. This is more of our story to the path of reversal here, right? As is even on this on ETH BTC, right? Last time we checked this, we were up over here, okay? And we said the same thing. We were like, look, man, this is so close to that 786, right? This is so close to that 786. And yeah, sure enough, all it needed was one more sell-off, and now there you go. 786 bullish cipher, Ethereum to BTC. Okay, so that's something telling us again that ETH is going to reverse where it's at, because its counterpart here, the ETH to BTC bullish cipher, is completing itself. It's ready to reverse. Okay, so yeah. All right, next, moving along, we have I mean, if you want to look at this, basically it's just like a big range. Okay, so if this was the range low, and the range high was up top here, we can be conservative with it. We're basically saying that we're going to target back to the top of the range, okay? 0.078, that's our next order of business. So in order to get there, you got to get into this area and you got to get above it, okay? So that's ETH BTC. Okay, moving along. Litecoin 886 retracement, a combination of Gartley and BAT. You have this downsloping trend line, okay? So you need to get back above here and then rally like you almost did once before, okay? Again, you don't want to lose this low. You don't want to lose, basically you don't even want to lose like any, you don't want to mess around with this low. 115, you're at 132, you don't want to lose 115. If you can hold it, target back to 150 and then 200, right? Critical $50 psychological round numbers. Oh my god, hit the 886 as well. 886. This is a bullish bat. Bullish bat, OMG. Targets remain the same. Okay, 7, 8, 10. You don't want to lose 340. That all remains the same. You're at 381, so we're close. So yeah, we don't want to lose 340. AVEX, AVAX. See, we were worried about this one because where others were so far away from that initial low, this sucker was really close to it. Remember we even talked about that, like which was it? Man, which was it? We had this compared to a good example. Yeah, I guess right here, FTM. So here's your low on FTM. So look how much higher up you are on FTM. Do you see that? Versus when we go back to AVAX, you see you were hanging out by the low. So we said this was really close to getting stopped out if Bitcoin didn't want to play ball. FTM, however, on the other hand, painted a textbook inverse head and shoulders, and even on that dump still did not breach that previous low. So FTMs held up extremely strong and just painted this upsloping trend line, okay? So for FTM, you now need to get back above this resistance, hit this next one, probably back test this again, and then break above it, and then hit 50 cents, okay? You do not want to lose 20 cents on FTM, all right? FTT, same thing. All you did was fall right into this long entry area, and instead of being at a 786 or a 71, all we did was get ourselves a 786, okay? 786 right there, and look at this, right into the bottom of our box. Look at that. Look at this. Right in the bottom of our box, okay? So yeah, remember last time on FTT when we had this bearish shark up here, and I even posted I'm gonna short this shit, and Sam's gonna be all sad, and everyone's like, oh, yeah, look what happened. Well, guess what? Now we have a new pattern. It's a bullish one, and now we're gonna go the other way, and everyone's again, I mean, fuck. Is that better for you? Now you can go down? I mean, I don't know. Can't please everyone, I guess, but there. Short it then. XLM, another one that was hanging out really close to that low point and hit the damn stop. And in fact, you know what this probably did is it probably hit the 113 on the dang shark. Yeah. So, alright, you have a shark on XLM. Let's see how this plays out. Next order of business, get over here. 35 cents, okay? Next order of business. AVE, we went from the 786, dropped to the 886. 886 right here. And again, freaking Bitcoin, right? We're down 20% on the alts because of stupid Bitcoin dropping to that shark, right? We said if Bitcoin drops 9%, the alts are going to drop. The alts are going to drop double that, right? Bitcoin dropped 9, the alts dropped 18, right? So you still did not jeopardize the stop loss here. Stop loss remains basically 200. You're at 220. Stop is 200. So you do not want to lose 200 on AVE. All right, so that is it for crypto. But I wanted to check out the S&P here. Kind of interesting, guys. Actually, I think I was looking at the weekly. Yeah, this weekly's not good. I'm not sure when this is gonna roll, guys, but basically, last time we painted those three. See these guys right here? Okay. Well, they're back. They are back. Right here, right here, right here. I'm bringing you up here. Okay? So, yeah. I'm gonna send this to Dime as soon as we're done here and ruin his afternoon before his lunch even starts. We got a high on positive momentum. We got a lower levels of positive momentum, and now even lower levels of positive momentum. 3 times bearish divergence with classic tail end RSI bearish divergence. This is our classic move right here. One that we, yeah, you better fucking invalidate that. Okay, so this started right here with this island right here. Okay, this is what we're looking at. This island down here coincides with this high right here. Okay, so we're going to take our poly line and we're going to put one here once, twice. The high is here, 2 times, and now we have even a third higher high on price with lower levels of positive momentum. You even had the audacity to paint a fourth high with absolutely no positive momentum and tail end RSI bearish divergence. Okay, so yeah, am I saying the stock market's gonna crash? I might be. I just might be. What would that look like? It'd be bad. It'd be really bad. From swing low to swing high, we'd be targeting a golden retrace, 382 to the 618 with a potential, depending on some fuckery, deep retrace type of action. So if you were going to short this and buy some puts, you would be targeting like a 3K strike. Front run it, okay? Front run it. Front run it. 3 to 1 would be right there. Stop above 45, 4600 basically, and target just above 3. That would be a loss of 27% on the stock market. Screenshot it for later. I don't know what that's gonna do to the world. Lucky Duck has a lot of ammo, I guess. A lot of ammo. So it's all over. I mean, look, you could invalidate this, right? You have to invalidate it for it to not be over. You need to say, you know what, Duck? Fuck you, bro. And then it's not over. Okay? But until you do that, yeah, I mean, something like that, crypto would get wrecked. Well, okay, so keep in mind, this is the weekly, okay? We're looking at Bitcoin on the 4-hour. So does that give you a chance to backtest some shit? Sure. Come backtest 55 and then it's all over, right? So you can backtest 55. We short 55. Short 55 all the way to 20. I mean, that would line up with this. Okay. A little early to call, but it's not the worst hedge here. Open a couple puts at the top right here, and if this was the top, just let those puts print. Make sure the expiration's like 8 months out, farther, right? Make sure the expiration's like a year out or 2 years out. Even if you could only buy one put, it's better than buying 50 of them with an expiration like just right around the corner. Does that make sense? So, yeah. Okay, so moving along. End phase, we hit target 1. Depending, I mean, it's possible now that we hit the first target, you get a little bit of selling off to the previous kind of cluster, previous resistance area, and then you rally again. Okay, hidden bullish divergence develops. All right. So watch for that. Let me move into the 4-hour. Miss BTC part. We're recording, so as soon as this is over, it'll get posted, and you could just rewind it. Okay, so there's your 4-hour on end phase. You're looking a bit exhausted on the MACD, hence potential small sell-off, right? Just reset yourself. Okay, RSI is in oversold territory. No divergence yet, but it is oversold. You can remain oversold though for long periods of time, and you can continue on up to the second target right away. But you can also sell off, regain some traction here, and then rally again, right? So just depends. PayPal, similar action here. PayPal. Sorry, let me zoom in here. PayPal's approaching target number 1. So let's see if PayPal can rally and finish off and hit target 1 at 300. Excuse me. Makes sense that you would sell off a bit there and then, have another run at it on the second attempt. Okay. Tesla, like Elon says, Tesla. There's no E. Tesla. Bulkowski double bottom on significant time frame. Sorry, this mouse is so damn sensitive. I just tap it. I have the sensitivity like adjusted too. It's just on this PC too. When I move it to like the laptop, it's fine. It's kind of weird. But I like it because it's a wireless mouse that's on a rechargeable, what do you call it? Like RPG mouse mat. So it like lights up, so it's interactive, but it also wirelessly charges the mouse through the pad. Similar to how you charge your cell phone on those little pucks, those wireless charging little pads. So the mouse stays charged while maintaining a wireless connectivity. Okay. So pros and cons, but it's super sensitive. All right. Just like everyone on Twitter right now, everyone's so sensitive. Okay, so Tesla has not broken the low. You had a double bottom. You are approaching a neckline. Let's breach this, and then we can head to higher price action. Maybe we back test that, and then we rally for the second time. Okay. Tesla, looking for 850. Currently 625. SNPS simply. Okay, so we're using the support resistance as our stop, but I mean technically we should probably be using the previous low still. That's the support resistance. We should probably still be like this, since price is still really close to our stop, but so far looking just fine. You're just treading sideways above the support, above the previous neckline support resistance area. So as long as we hold up here and eventually continue on our way up, we will see pretty much 300, 290. All right, this is NEE Nextera. So up for the day already, 2%. You're using the entry basically as support all week for the past week, just using the entry as the support, which is good to see. And now you're rallying today, so it'd be good to break above all this current area, right? Get in this zone, and then eventually up into the higher one before making your way up towards the inevitable target of $83. Again, this gives you a chance to, rally before the S&P dies, but it would appear to me that your next COVID crash is going to occur under the Biden administration if they haven't been impeached. But I'm all for that being the catalyst to their downfall. Go ahead. Let them take the dump. Anyways, QCOM, we are basically need to approach this overhead resistance, rally above it, hold it, and then we can see 155, which is also a square up area. Looking back left, Spelunk SPLK, we're up, still rallying from entry, and yeah, just making our way towards that 145 target 1 area. Back to BTC. Yeah, I mean, like we said on the 4 hour, we don't want to see that other type of shark, right? If we see the other type of shark, that means we got this 113 right here. 3K basically would give you that 113 on that other type of shark that would turn very very bearish at the heart line. Okay, this is not the shark we want, but if we get it, it kind of is whatever too, right? Because if that's what we get and it plays out this way, well, we could take a long at the 113, we could take a short at the heart line, and yeah, up, down. We would know, we would have a new game plan, right? So it is what it is, right? We just have to take the data as it comes, and we have to just see how it goes. So let's have a word from the Magic 8 Ball. I don't know what we should ask the Magic 8 Ball. I guess Magic 8 Ball, is Bitcoin going to be able to rally back above the heart line at 35, 36K and hold above the heart line so we can make our way back towards 40K or not? Magic 8 Ball, are we going to get back above 36, back above 35.5 or not? Fuck. Well, that concludes this episode of the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna go fill out some job applications, and I'll see you guys in the Discord. Duck out.